What's happening right now with the Los Angeles Lakers is a classic case of patience being a virtue in the NBA landscape. The buzz around Bradley Beal is undeniable. He's expected to be bought out by the Phoenix Suns within the next couple of days, and that puts the Lakers in a waiting game figuring out if they want to make a move for him. Bradley Beal is carefully weighing his options, considering several teams that could make a strong push for him. Among the frontrunners are the Clippers, the Lakers themselves, the Warriors, and the Milwaukee Bucks. If you ask me, the Bucks and the Clippers seem like the most natural fits for Beal's playing style. Milwaukee especially stands out because the team has been reshaping its roster, trading away Damian Lillard and bringing in Miles Turner. Swapping out Lillard for Beal feels like a move that balances out the squad and adds a different offensive dimension. Beal fits neatly into the Bucks' system, especially since there are still questions about how James Harden and Kawhi Leonard will mesh. Kawhi isn't exactly known for his passing, so slotting in Beal simplifies things. You just put him in and let him do what he does best. For Milwaukee, this could be a game changer that smooths out their lineup and potentially boosts their championship chances. Meanwhile, the Lakers are showing a lot of restraint, which is understandable given their current roster construction and the limited assets they have to make trades. Waiting on the outcome of the Bradley Beal buyout is smart because landing a player of his caliber might change their priorities. If Beal signs, they might decide not to pursue guys like Anthony Melton or Malcolm Brogdon anymore. Instead, they could double down on a bigger trade target like Andrew Wiggins. The thinking could be, we have Bradley Beal and LeBron James now. Let's go all in to try to build a championship roster. Patience here is crucial. The Lakers' needs are many, but their resources to fill those needs are scarce, so every move must be calculated. On top of that, the buyout market itself is heating up fast. Players like Nikola Vucevic could become available if the Bulls don't manage to trade him soon. Getting someone like Vucevic off the buyout wire for free would make a lot more sense than giving up valuable assets on a trade for a backup center. And then there are guys like Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton from the Washington Wizards. Both have been linked to potential buyouts. If either ends up available, the Lakers' plans could shift again. Imagine Marcus Smart hitting free agency. Through a buyout, suddenly the Lakers might pass on Melton or Brogdon and opt for Smart's defensive intensity and leadership. Similarly, if Chris Middleton becomes available, that could open up new opportunities. Middleton's injury history is a concern, but pairing him with Andrew Wiggins might create a versatile and dangerous wing rotation alongside LeBron, Luka Doncic, and DeAndre Ayton. That lineup could be very intriguing from both offensive and defensive standpoints. Given that the regular season is still months away, the Lakers have time to see how these situations unfold. Often players who command high salaries or trade costs now become much cheaper as the buyout market matures and teams become desperate to clear cap space or roster spots. The Utah Jazz trade that the Lakers pulled off last season is a perfect example of that kind of patient approach. It took nearly a full year of back and forth negotiations and multiple proposals before finally coming together just before training camp. The lesson for the Lakers now is clear patience can lead to better deals and more favorable roster construction. There's also some frustration among the fan base, understandably, because watching other teams make splashy moves can be tough when your own team seems hesitant. But the front office's restraint is based on a clear-eyed understanding of what's available and what can realistically be achieved. No player currently available or rumored in the buyout market is a guaranteed game changer who would single-handedly transform the Lakers into champions overnight. Players like Anthony Melton and Al Horford could definitely improve the depth and overall bench production, but they are parts of a bigger puzzle, not the final piece that completes the picture. On the flip side, acquiring players like Nikola Vucevic alongside Marcus Smart or Chris Middleton would provide a stronger combination of skills and experience, reinforcing the team's depth at key positions and giving the Lakers more flexibility to rotate players without losing competitiveness. The market is still fluid. Names like Kevin Love are also expected to hit the buyout list soon, although Love might not be the best fit for the Lakers at this point in his career. Drew Holiday's situation is another fascinating element. He was recently traded to Portland, but reportedly did not want the move, creating tension. If he pushes for a buyout, he could suddenly become one of the most valuable pieces on the market. Holiday's experience and defensive prowess make him a tantalizing target for any team looking to strengthen its backcourt and wing defense. If he becomes available, he might surpass many other players in the buyout market simply because of his skill set and championship experience. This constantly changing landscape means the Lakers have to remain flexible and ready to adjust their plans. If Bradley Beal gets bought out and is willing to sign with the Lakers, then it might be worth moving assets or making trades to accommodate him. But if Beal signs elsewhere or the Lakers miss out, there are still plenty of other options that could help improve the roster. Players like Melton, Brogdon, Smart, or even Holiday could all fit different roles and contribute meaningfully. One thing to keep in mind is that a player like Melton wouldn't be the difference between a championship and missing out. He would make the Lakers better, no doubt, but the championship quest will rely on assembling a collection of complementary parts. That's why the front office's patience is so important. It allows the Lakers to explore multiple avenues options and avoid rushing into deals that don't provide significant upgrades. The Lakers already have pieces like Malcolm Brogdon on the roster and could add to that with the buyout market. If Marcus Smart is available, he could offer a unique combination of toughness and playmaking that might fit better than other options. Drew Holiday's availability would shake things up even more, providing a veteran who knows how to compete at the highest level and can defend multiple positions. The timing of these buyouts is key as well. Players like Melton are not rushing to sign anywhere. They want to find the right fit, which often means waiting for teams like the Lakers to clear roster spots and financial flexibility. The Lakers must figure out how to free up space, whether through trades or waivers, to be ready to act when the opportunity arises. Clearing roster spots might mean making difficult decisions or trades that are not just about shedding salary, but also about balancing the overall roster construction. Ideally, the Lakers avoid trades that merely clear space with no meaningful return. Instead, they want moves that make sense strategically, swapping role players or picks in a way that opens up the cap and maintains depth. For example, packaging players like Gabe Vincent and draft pick swaps to clear space might be necessary. But the best case scenario involves deals that also bring back talent or open paths to acquire bigger pieces like Andrew Wiggins. The goal is to clear financial room while adding quality and depth, not just cutting payroll. If the Lakers can sign Bradley Beal and also bring in players like Nikola Vucevic or someone from the buyout market, they would suddenly have a very deep and versatile roster. That kind of depth is critical in a league where injuries and fatigue are always factors. Having 2 or 3 starting caliber players ready to come off the bench or slide into the rotation gives a huge competitive advantage. The payoff for patience could be huge. The front office has been rewarded for waiting before. Signing Luka, Doncic, and DeAndre Ayton are examples of smart moves that took time to materialize but set the franchise up for the next several years. These 2 young stars represent a foundation the Lakers can build around transitioning the team from the era of LeBron James and Anthony Davis to the future. There were definitely questions last year about whether Anthony Davis could carry the team as the primary star with LeBron aging, but now with Doncic and Ayton in place, the Lakers have the opportunity to reshape their core and compete at a high level for years to come. That kind of foresight shows the importance of patience and thoughtful roster construction. In fact, the buyout market is expected to become a more prominent part of the NBA ecosystem moving forward, especially with changes in the collective bargaining agreement. Teams will have 3 main avenues to build rosters: trades, free agency, and the buyout market. Understanding how to navigate this new landscape will be crucial for success. For the Lakers, this means keeping an eye on buyouts and being ready to move quickly when a good opportunity arises. The combination of free agency and buyouts could provide a new way to add key pieces without giving up major assets, allowing the Lakers to build a deep and competitive roster while preserving flexibility. This evolving approach to team building is a sign of the times. The buyout market isn't just a safety net for players who don't fit on their current teams. It's becoming a strategic tool that savvy front offices use to improve their squads late in the season or before training camps start. So while fans might get impatient watching other teams make flashy moves, the Lakers front office is playing a long game, waiting for the right players to become available at the right price and making smart moves to clear space and acquire assets is how you build a contender in today's NBA. At the end of the day, whether it's Bradley Beal, Marcus Smart, Nikola Vucevic, Drew Holiday, or someone else entirely, the Lakers are positioning themselves to be ready. They're not chasing every name out there, but focusing on fitting the pieces that make sense and can help this team win. Patience in the NBA isn't always glamorous, but it's often the difference between a championship run and another year of rebuilding. And with the young core the Lakers have combined with the potential to add veterans through the buyout market, this team could be in a very strong position when the new season tips off. As the Lakers continue to monitor the unfolding buyout market, the team's ability to adapt will be tested in the coming weeks. The NBA is a dynamic league where situations can change overnight. A player once thought unavailable might suddenly request a buyout, or a trade could free up salary cap space faster than anticipated. For the Lakers, it's about being ready to pivot quickly without compromising the overall vision for the team. This flexibility is critical because the core pieces they already have, like Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton, represent a young, promising foundation. They are both talented stars with room to grow, and surrounding them with the right veterans could accelerate the team's competitiveness. The Lakers have learned from past mistakes where rushed decisions led to suboptimal results, so their current approach is more measured and strategic. Another important aspect is the chemistry factor. Adding a big name off a buyout can generate excitement, but the fit has to be right. Basketball is a team sport, and how a new player meshes with existing teammates on and off the court matters just as much as talent. The Lakers front office has to consider the locker room dynamics, the coaching system, and the roles each player will fill. For example, if Bradley Beal joins his offensive role and ball usage have to be clearly defined, especially alongside a playmaker like Luka Doncic, it's a delicate balance because too many ball-dominant players can create chaos, while the right balance can lead to seamless offense and strong defense. Defense is another key piece of the puzzle. The Lakers have historically relied on strong defensive teams to win championships. Adding players like Marcus Smart or Drew Holiday, who are known for their defensive tenacity, would address one of the biggest challenges the Lakers faced last season. Defensive intensity and versatility often win playoff games where matchups are exploited and possessions become more valuable. The buyout market offers a unique chance to add these types of players late in the offseason, enhancing the Lakers' ability to compete against tough opponents in the Western Conference, where defense is often a difference maker. It's also worth considering how the Lakers' salary cap situation will evolve over the season. Players signed through the buyout market usually come on veteran minimum contracts or short-term deals. That means the Lakers can preserve financial flexibility for future seasons while still upgrading their roster in the short term. This kind of savvy financial management is essential for teams hoping to stay competitive long-term, especially when chasing big contracts for stars like Luka Doncic in the coming years. The front office has to balance the present needs with future commitments, ensuring the team doesn't become overly burdened by expensive contracts that limit maneuverability. The Lakers' depth chart will undoubtedly be reshaped by these potential additions. Currently, there are questions about the backcourt and wing rotations. Malcolm Brogdon has been a solid contributor, but aiding someone like Marcus Smart or Chris Middleton would elevate the group significantly. Their ability to handle the ball, create offense, and defend multiple positions makes them versatile weapons that can adapt to different matchups. This kind of flexibility is invaluable in the playoffs when coaching adjustments and strategic switches are the norm. Being able to change defensive schemes or lineup combinations on the fly gives a team a huge tactical advantage. Meanwhile, the front court could benefit greatly from someone like Nikola Vucevic if he becomes available via buyout. Vucevic's scoring ability inside and his rebounding would provide a reliable presence in the paint alongside DeAndre Ayton. That kind of front court depth would give the Lakers a chance to rest Ayton more during the regular season without sacrificing production. It would also provide insurance against injuries, which are always a risk given the physical toll of an 82-game NBA schedule plus playoffs. Having a dependable big man off the bench can mean the difference between making a deep postseason run or falling short due to fatigue or injuries. The potential buyout signings also have implications for the coaching staff. Coach Darvin Ham will be tasked with integrating new players into the system quickly, often with limited practice time before games. This requires adaptability, communication, and an ability to get the best out of players even if they haven't had months to build chemistry. Coaches who can maximize buyout additions' impact give their teams a competitive edge. Ham's experience as a player and assistant coach suggests he has the tools to navigate these challenges, but it will be an ongoing process requiring patience from both coaches and fans. Furthermore, the buyout market itself is becoming more complex as players increasingly view it as an opportunity to join contending teams at the right time. Veterans often prefer to wait for the right fit rather than rush into a deal. This means the Lakers, like other teams, might have to engage in conversations, build relationships, and show a clear vision to attract top buyout candidates. Transparency and a convincing plan for how a player fits into the roster and the team's culture will be critical to successfully landing key pieces. Beyond the buyout market, the Lakers still have to consider other roster building mechanisms like trade deadlines, summer free agency, and the draft. Each avenue presents unique opportunities and risks. Trades can be tricky because they often require giving up assets or taking on unwanted contracts, while the draft is more about potential and long-term development. Free agency offers immediate upgrades but usually comes with higher costs. The buyout market, in contrast, provides a cost-effective way to improve depth and add experience without the usual price tag, making it an attractive option given the Lakers' current financial and roster situation. One of the challenges in this approach is managing fan expectations. Lakers fans are passionate and demand success, which is understandable given the franchise's storied history. However, rebuilding or retooling a team around a young core while adding veteran help through buyouts is a process that takes time and patience. Instant results are rare, and success often comes from a combination of smart drafting, savvy signings, and timely trades, all while maintaining a positive team culture and health. The Lakers also face stiff competition for buyout players from other contending teams. The Brooklyn Nets, Miami Heat, Golden State Warriors, and others have deep pockets and attractive markets. The Lakers must leverage their appeal, from their history, star power, coaching staff, and championship aspirations, to persuade players to sign with them. This recruiting aspect is an often overlooked but critical part of modern NBA roster building, especially in a league where player empowerment is at an all-time high. Another factor is the mental and physical readiness of buyout players. Many veterans coming off buyouts have been through long seasons or injuries. The Lakers need to assess whether these players are ready to contribute at a high level immediately or if they require time to regain form. Balancing risk and reward is essential. Sometimes signing a buyout player who is not fully healthy or motivated can backfire, causing disruptions rather than improvements. The Lakers front office has also shown a willingness to experiment with player roles. Young stars like Luka Doncic are expected to take on more leadership, but veteran players can provide stability and guidance. This mentorship can help young players develop faster and avoid pitfalls common in high-pressure environments. Integrating buyout veterans who bring championship experience can accelerate the team's growth and maturity. Looking ahead, the buyout market is likely to remain a critical piece of the NBA puzzle. Teams that master the art of identifying, acquiring, and integrating buyout players will have a competitive advantage. For the Lakers, this means continuing to build strong scouting, analytics, and player development departments to support these efforts. Combining data-driven insights with experienced judgment will help identify undervalued players who can make significant contributions. Ultimately, the Lakers' success this season and beyond will depend on their ability to blend youth and experience, manage finances wisely, and navigate the ever-changing NBA landscape. The buyout market offers a valuable tool in this strategy, but is just one part of a broader, multifaceted approach. By staying patient, flexible, and proactive, the Lakers position themselves to not only compete but contend for championships in the coming years.